What's up, guys? Welcome back to the EG Pop Thunder with your boy, the young light-skinned Keith Sweat. Back with my guy, returning guest, returning state champion, my guy, Jack, to my left. And all the way to the left, my guy, Christopher, or Chris. I think he likes Christopher better. And all the way to my right, my guy, Trey.
Trey.
And to my right, finally, my guy, Ethan.
State champ.
A newly crowned 2022 state champs of Rhode Island. My guys, the St. Ray's Saints. It always feel weird. That's like our name, right?
Yeah.
St. Ray's Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, first off, we need to fix that. So we need a better name than that. But we are back with the 2022 newly crowned state champions of Rhode Island. How does it feel, guys, fresh off the victory? Jack, let's hear your thoughts first.
It feels great. We manifest this, and man, a whole lot of hard work and finally paid off.
Yeah, we finally, you came on during the summer with my guys, Angel and Carl, and we had that clip I posted right before the Super Bowl, and you guys definitely manifested these thoughts. And it was, 2 years in a row you guys lost, or 3 previously?
2 years.
In a row.
2. So are you guys all seniors here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's hear it from my guy, Ethan, who had the game-winning touchdown. How does it feel to finally overcome those failures previous years?
Man, it feels great. Like, nobody really knows, but 2 weeks prior, I got injured. Like, I sprained my MCL. So just dealing with that the whole 2 weeks, and then coming back in the championship game and just making a game-winning catch was just movie-like.
Yeah, it definitely was. So, was there anything stopping you? Was there any thoughts you possibly might not play in that game?
Nah, I knew if we made it, once we made it, I knew they was going to get it done. I was playing regardless.
Yeah. So how did that happen? Did it happen during a game practice?
It happened in the game, the Burrillville game, last regular season game of the season.
So did you play that playoff game against Westerly?
Nope. I didn't play the 2 playoff games against Shea or Westerly.
Damn, so you had faith in your boys that you guys are going to come through in the clutch.
Definitely. All season we talked about family and just leaning on one each other. Like, I told them, I said, y'all, if you get me there to the championship, I'm going to finish for y'all.
So hearing that, let's hear from Trey over here. So you're hearing that Ethan's telling you that type of stuff. What are you feeling? Like, you feeling like you have to put it on for your boys to make sure you guys make the championship run?
Yeah, we always do. But especially we losing a big player that contributes a lot to our team, we have to do a little extra.
What do you consider, what was the little extra things you had to do to make up for the loss of Ethan for those 2 games?
More hustle in practice, being more, what's it called? Machine-like that we tell ourselves before every game. Being more, put more pressure on ourselves, on our teammates, especially the people that don't play, that to contribute as well as we do when we go in the game.
How's your thoughts, Christopher, on this? First of all, what's your thoughts when the championship and your thoughts of having that time to make up for Ethan?
No, I mean, it was just a great feeling. Losing back-to-back in the state championship obviously hurts, but that kind of drives us a little more. And, when Ethan went down, it was a big loss, but, we always say next man up. So the guy that was backing him up, whoever it was, they did a good job of, just doing what they got to do. And when Ethan came back, obviously it was a big help. He got the game on a touchdown, So we worked hard at practice, focused up, and that's basically what we did.
I think so, Jack, when you came on during this the summertime, Angel, Carl, myself were giving you advice to overcome those 2 failures to finally win the championship this year. And you were saying a lot of team bonding. Angel said, and Carl was telling you the Hendricken traditions of what they do after the games. Going to Applebee's was their thing. Did you guys implement anything different this year like that? What do you think? That question first. If it should be anything more team bonding stuff.
Yeah, definitely started over the summer. All of us working out together. Everybody's showing up. Everybody's showing up to the summer workouts. That definitely helped out. Everybody wanted it, bad. Especially the 2 championship losses, just coming off of those. It's definitely it plays a huge mental part, and it's it just showed that we really wanted it. We came together as a team, worked out. Definitely hung out more outside of practice, outside of school. Just seeing each other in the hallways, showing each other that we appreciate each other and appreciate that time that everybody's putting in. And it definitely showed with this championship right here.
So that's Jack's thoughts. So what's your thoughts, Chris? Because I also didn't say this from the beginning. These are the captains of the team. So Chris, what was your thoughts on like anything you guys did differently opposed to the previous few years where you guys had lost, or was this a different type of feeling?
Like we worked out together, and like we just did stuff over the summer. Besides the summer workouts, we still worked out of practice. But something we also did is just hung out more. It's not always like about football. We want to chill with your guys. Clear your minds and stuff. I think our like first hangout all together was at my birthday. I think like at my crib, right? Like at my house, we just invited everyone over, just chilled, had a cornhole, and just had like a cookout at my house for my birthday. So I think that was like the first like bonding experience we actually had.
Yeah.
Nice. So like, what was like previous years before that? You guys were cool, but you guys just weren't like to that extent where you guys were like hanging out outside of practice.
Yeah, I mean we were cool, but it wasn't like super like lock. But I mean, regardless, that's something we kind of like just lacked, but we did that more this year.
Yeah, it was definitely more like just I don't know. We see each other on the field. We're boys. See each other and always say what's up. But it wasn't really as much as we were now, like hanging out outside of school, just doing things like more together. Like sometimes it would be some of us hanging out, but instead we get everyone involved. Everyone's having fun or smiles on their faces and shit, like stuff like that. And yeah.
So let's feel like Ethan got something to say.
I feel like the main thing that got us to that championship was just the leadership by Moses. Sometimes in practice I used to hate him. I'm not gonna lie.
Still do.
He used to scream. But I feel like we needed that as a unit. We just needed someone just to take full control and just get us all on one page. So I feel like that just really made us take the next jump and finally win us that championship.
Were you not feeling that previous years?
Yeah, nah. Cause like it was always like we was never the seniors. Previous years we was never the seniors. So like I feel like we didn't really get as much respect because it was always like someone like above us or like an upperclassman telling us what to do. But finally this year it was our show, and he showed it.
Not trying to take anything away from the previous captains and stuff like that. Was that not there in previous years? You think maybe that's where you guys were losing that, and like those big game situations where maybe you guys weren't prepared because previous years maybe it's not the same leadership as Moses this year.
Definitely. Like this season we showed that we're a fourth quarter team. And the reason why we are a fourth quarter team is because days in practice, after practice, when people were goofing off, and he said, no, nobody leave, everybody on the line. We had to run like 500s back, up and down. And then after, he wouldn't like let us go. He would talk to us about it. He would explain like what happened and just how we got to be better. He was like, nobody's going to win a championship with this mentality. And I feel like that got us to that point.
So hearing that from Ethan, what changed your mindset this year? Just like you being the captain, or you getting more notoriety, like in the news and stuff like that. Like Moses' team, where he goes, they lead him. Are you feeling that, or are you just what do you think came about you that made it different this year?
It was more so just like time's ticking. You know what I mean? Coach Sass always had a phrase that the same words, but like it was like just time's ticking, seniors.
Clock's ticking.
Yeah, clock's ticking. So it was just more like, man, this is my last run with my brothers. I already know the feeling of two state championship losses, and it's cold. It's cold winters. Honestly, it's just like after those losses, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I didn't want to open my phone. I didn't want to look at social media, nothing like that. So honestly, it was just like that feeling that really drove me, and it was just my teammates, just seeing everybody just come to practice, come strap up, everybody on time, everybody, like it showed that everybody really wanted it. So since it was that, I just wanted to lead everyone in the right way, you know what I mean?
So like when just like recapping the Super Bowl, so I was watching the games. Did you guys have like those nerves? I was streaming it on the the website, and it seemed like Portsmouth had control of the game for the most part. It seems like you guys were winning. It was a weird feeling. Like it seemed like you guys had control, but you guys just couldn't score for any reason. I'm not sure. You guys kept coming down to certain instances in the plays, and it just wasn't converting. And finally, like a minute, 30 left, you finally score. So when that's happening, we have heard from Trey in a little bit. Let's take Trey's thoughts first. Are you guys feeling nervous? Like, damn, it's about to be 3 years in a row, Or what's thoughts? Are you having bad thoughts, good thoughts? What do you think is happening in that moment in time when time is ticking, like Sass said?
To be honest, I wasn't even nervous. I was just getting tight. Like the fact that we get down to the red zone and we're not scoring, or we're doing great on defense but we can't convert on offense is just it was upsetting. And when the last 33 seconds, like it was getting emotional. We might lose, we might not, but once you got the play call that Ethan's gonna get that ball, everything just turned around.
Was that the designated play for that? Like it was going to you
picked it
no matter
himself.
what?
Yeah, I called it.
Oh,
I
nice.
said, Coach, 1-on-1 right here. Throw the slant.
10 times out of 10.
10 times out of 10. No cap.
Hey, that was a perfectly thrown ball right there. That was perfectly
Shout
ball.
out Wolf. Daniel
Hey.
Wolf.
Junior transfer
Junior transfer.
from Situate.
Hey. So at that moment in time, Moses, because for the news and everybody, you're the guy of the team. Are you feeling like kind of like slighted, like I should have this moment, like I should have the game winning touchdown, or you're like, you know what, whatever it takes. So what's your thoughts at that moment in time when that play's being called for Ethan?
Oh no, I got Ethan 10 times out of 10. I just I feel as if I have way more trust in everybody, all these seniors, because definitely the drive, like I said, everybody wants it. So obviously, obviously I get a lot of recognition, and they're just gonna overplay me all the time. So at some points in the game, I was triple teamed, and it's just like it's not smart, really. Ethan's been quiet all game, and no catches, nothing, and it was just like, oh, it's quiet from one. But that fourth quarter came and everything changed. Ethan had the 1-on-1. He called it. I was like, oh yeah, I got my boy all day.
Nice. So how about you, Chris? So what's your thoughts like in that moment in time when time is ticking? Are you having the same thoughts as Trey over here, or are you trying to motivate your team as one of the captains as well?
No, yeah, it was just like Trey said, it was irritating. But I trust my offense, like our offense, and I trust it regardless of how bad the offense may have been playing throughout the game. I was like, we can get it done, and it was like 33 seconds left in the game. We got it.
Yeah.
We got the touchdown.
33.
So yeah, 33.3 seconds left in the game. I was like, we're in the red zone. We're not gonna flop. We're gonna get this touchdown. Kind of just had hope and stuff.
Yeah. Our defense this season has just been like relentless. Like it's just crazy. The first, actually both playoff games, we're tested with the run. And it was like Coach Landry. We came into practice. Coach Landry just straight up told us, "Yo, you're not gonna stop the run this week. Just pack your shit,
leave.
pack your stuff and go." Like,
Is that was Portsmouth's like MO? They're just consistently running.
Consistently running. Our defense has been stopping the run.
Yeah, they put in that that freshman. And
Yeah,
he was running wild.
He's quick.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be serious.
Did that throw you guys off? Did you guys prepare for him at all, or was that like complete left field? You guys weren't expecting that at all.
Oh yeah, we definitely prepared for him. Against Woonsocket, he had a great game. So it was a lot of film this week. A lot of film that week, and man, we just came out with like a whole different mentality. Everybody was hype. Even when they got down to the red zone, about 4 or 5 times, and it was 4 and out. They got down to that red zone in the fourth quarter with about 5 minutes left. Yeah. It was a 3rd down, and they ran the ball. Trey, I just watched Trey get off a block and just crush the kid.
Yes, sir.
Like smile, I was smiling ear to ear, and then, I had trust in my defense the whole time. Like about four fourth down stops in the red zone, and they set up for the field goal instead because they already knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the final score is 7-3, correct?
Yes, sir.
What you guys say if that didn't work with you? Did you guys have a game plan for you guys going for the field goal? Or you guys going for the win?
We was running it in. We was running it in.
So you guys weren't playing for that tie, the focus.
No,
Nah.
not at all.
And so is that like a team thing, or was Sash just took over? He's like, we're playing to win right here.
It was an unspoken thing.
Yeah, unspoken. We
We already know what we got to do.
Yeah.
So.
Nice, it's that trust, and hey, it came out with a dub. So we can we can wrap back to the beginning of the season. So
Cool.
So I'm looking at you guys' schedule here. Tolman, you guys started off the season hot, 47-12. So at that moment in time, are you guys riding high? Like, all right, we're coming this season. We're those guys.
Facts.
Yeah, we came in hot. We was obviously our head was high, but not even cross town, like our next door neighbors. It's Tolman week. Everybody knows Tolman week.
Yeah, Tolman week.
Yeah, it's like we said earlier in the podcast. The first one is kind of like your LaSalle Hendricken, essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah. So was any chatter that Tolman thought they were gonna take you guys?
Oh yeah. Oh, Tolman always has to talk.
I always
but-
feel like they're gonna pull a win off us.
Yeah,
4-0 against Tolman.
Like actually, like I think it was like the first quarter or like beginning of the second quarter, the score was like 14-12.
Yeah.
And then we
14-12.
said, screw that, we're gonna score mad points on it. It
Yeah.
was like 42-12 or something.
Yeah, it's weird. Even my championship year, I knew Kiss and Tolman. They're like, "Yo, we would have beat you guys." Like, are you guys out of your mind?
Yeah.
Are you guys out of your damn mind?
Why do they still say
Yeah.
that too?
First off, we would have waxed you guys like 100-0.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have unspoken confidence. I'll say that. I don't know where they get their confidence from, but yeah, you guys obviously showed them. We said 4-0 against Solman, 47-12, and then the next week, I was actually at this game, and I was not expecting this outcome from EP. So what's your guys? You guys kind of get leveled out. Do you guys think you needed that early in the season to kick you guys into overdrive? Like,
We needed it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we definitely needed it. And that game, like regardless of needing it or not, like Kamari, Damian, myself, and I think someone else was hurt because I got hurt in the Tolman game. So
I
I was
couldn't
out
snap.
Yeah, Trey couldn't even snap. We had our kicker snapping. Shout out Jonah. And
Now we had Pat.
we had Pat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pat was snapping, I think. And Kamari, Dame, me were hurt. We didn't even have our full defense there, but regardless, we needed that loss. That like really helped us out.
yeah. So so say you guys, like you said, you guys needed that loss. So because I'd rather have that, like even like the Eagles this year. My friend is a big Eagles fan. He was like, "Hey, I'd rather lose in the regular season than try to go undefeated and then ride it too high and then get like blown out in like a playoff game or something like that." So do you guys thinking like you guys are kind of getting a little bit too cocky, like you said last year when you went to the Super Bowl? This was Moses' thoughts. He said you guys kind of went in thinking we're gonna run over. What was it? Classical? It was Classical, right?
Classical.
You guys were gonna run over
Facts.
Classical, and then there was a. Do you agree with that last year's thoughts?
Facts.
Got too comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a eye-opening game right there, and then Cranston West comes up, then you guys learned pretty quickly because then you guys went 23-0, and
Donuts on Monday.
it was on a Monday.
Nah, we get donuts
We get
on Monday.
donuts.
Once we drop a 0 on the scoreboard, it's the team.
I was like, you guys play on a Monday. That's
Yo,
random.
yeah, back to back too.
But did you guys have a weird game like one day? Like, you guys had like a Wednesday game?
That was
That was
the
an
EP
EP
game
game.
we had it on Thursday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was that about? It was just randomly just.
It happens like once a year.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Nah, Coach actually said that like one of the coaches from EP was getting married like on Friday or something like that.
So.
I don't know, Coach Sash.
No, that's not saying sort of go sad. It goes over like,
Yeah.
like, all right, missed your wedding then. I don't know. Yes, then next in the following week, this happens. You guys having a weird rate at this point. You guys blow out Tolman. You guys lose, upset to EP, blow out West, and then you guys kind of get blown out to NK.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts on this, Ethan? So, you seem like you already have some thoughts on this topic.
Yeah, NK, it was just all over the place. We couldn't stop the screen, and yeah, I feel like that's really our defense really wasn't coming to play. I feel like after that West, we was like, oh, we holding teams to no points. We got this in the bag. They didn't really look that good on film either. So I feel like we just went out there and just didn't play to our full potential. I do feel like if we played them again, it'll be a whole different story.
So, this is a completely different topic, but how do you guys feel about like the division setups, like every 2 year situation? Like, do you guys think there should be a thing like basketball where it's like a state championship tournament, or it wouldn't be fair to like the D4 winner or D3 winner, or like how do you guys? I feel like every couple years there are those D2 teams, D3 teams that could compete. I'm not saying they would beat Hendy or LaSalle, but I think you guys would be able to compete. Like even you guys this year, I think you guys would have some. Like you said, if you guys face NK again for the second time, if you guys matched up with like a Hendy or LaSalle. Like, do you guys think you guys would compete this year?
Yes.
Yes.
Quick yes from these two. And Trey, you're kind of quiet over there. What do you think? You got faith in yourself? Would you think there should be a state tournament?
Of course, we're gonna do what we need to do. We're gonna knock heads.
I love to hear the confidence. How about you,
Yes, sir.
Christopher?
No, yeah, I was not in my head, and like I just feel like put us in that power four thing, and I feel like we can compete, like no doubt. I think we honestly have one of the best defenses in the state, top 2, not 2.
Especially since we know the
Yes,
people
sir.
on the other team. It's gonna give us more confidence to hurt our friends.
So like all the breakthrough stuff and 7-on-7s. Yeah. So that's why I finish off your schedule first, and we get into like more details about your guys' backgrounds. So the NK happens, then Cumberland. You guys beat the crap out of Cumberland 27-7.
Oh man, everybody was
Great
counting.
game.
Everybody was counting us out on that one.
Why is that?
It was 4-0 coming in, I
Yeah.
think.
Cumby was hot. Everybody was just like, "Oh my gosh, look at Cumby." I talked to the Mount Pleasant coach because I was actually doing some community service with Providence Patriots, a youth organization. I was holding chains, and their coach actually coaches a youth team too. So he was just talking to me. He's like, "Oh man, Cumby looks good on film. I don't know what y'all boys gonna do." And I was just like, I was quiet because I just knew. It's like, yeah.
So are there talks like in practice like that entire week? Like, what's that environment coming off that kind of you guys got beat down by NK? What are those talks in practice? You guys laser focused now that you guys are being underdogs to Cumberland the following week. So what's the thoughts? You guys thinking people are not believing in you? What's that mindset in the practice? We can let's hear from Trey.
I think once people see like a record, they just assume that if they have a better record than us, they're just gonna beat us. That was not the case. We had a better defense, better offense.
What's like your coach is telling you guys at this point? Chris? It seems like you want to answer.
Yeah, I mean, coaches reminded us too. Like we're getting, everyone's saying that Cumberland's gonna beat us, but I feel like that game, that's when our defense like really sparked. Like we held them to 7 points. It was like 7-0 first quarter. From there, we just went off, and our defense didn't stop them like every drive.
Yeah, because the previous week, you guys let up 33 points. You're saying on screens and a lot of things like that. My brother played at Hendricken, and NK is a pass-friendly offense. So they're going to continue coming at you. I swear they didn't even run the ball Brandon's senior year. Like they're just going to continue throwing the ball. And that's different from like other Rhode Island offenses.
Yeah,
Typically, Rhode Island offenses are run-heavy. And I think them and like LaSalle are two of the top, but they're just continually going to pass the ball on you guys. So you guys were surprised there that you said your defense is finally picking up. You agree with that, Ethan? You think this is like the turning point of your season for your defense purposes?
Definitely. I feel like that Cumberland game is the game that solidified our defense. Like we locked in as a unit, and we finally like beat a big team. Like I don't feel like any other game before this was like a big win for us. But this Cumberland, they was 4-0. They was hot coming into this game, and this was a really big win for us. We needed this.
Yeah, because you guys definitely do pick up your defense, because after that, you guys let up 12 to Pleasant, 0 to EG, 0 to Burrville, only 6 to Shea, 7 to Westerly, and 3 to Portsmouth. So you guys definitely pump up your defense after that. And so after Cumberland, you guys are feeling good. You guys ride into Mount Pleasant. You guys beat them down as well, 27-12. Any highlights of that game? You guys think it's just like a game where it solidifies your confidence?
Oh, they scored 12 in the fourth quarter, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
It was a homecoming too.
Yeah, it was their
senior
homecoming.
night.
I don't know what they was doing, what they was thinking, but
Yeah, that's balls.
Yeah.
They picked you guys as their homecoming game.
yeah, it was
Terrible
looking.
decision.
The score wasn't looking right at halftime when the parents came walking out. But yeah.
So everyone knows, for those listening who don't know, when someone picks you to be their homecoming game, you typically want to pick an easy a team you think you're going to win. So to be picked as someone's homecoming game is, players take it as like disrespect. It's like, you think you're going to beat me? And so Trey, you're saying highly disrespect.
Highly disrespectful.
So, and that is a talking point, even like, when every team plays a talking point, like, all right, they chose you guys to be your homecoming game. Are you guys telling the other underclassmen that, people who may not know that type of thing, or what's like the message being sent to you guys in the practice that week? Because I mean, how about there's those games where you guys could slip up, and then that could be a devastating loss to you guys. So speaking to previous years, like you said, mostly where you don't want to overlook anybody.
Yeah.
How are you trying to as captains? What were you guys doing to keep the underclassmen and your fellow seniors on the right page?
We kept on. We let them know like that was disrespectful that they chose us for our homecoming game, and I think the week after too. I don't know who. I forgot who we faced. Who did we face?
After that, it was Burrville.
Burrville.
No,
They
EG.
Oh, that was our that was our senior night.
Yeah, that was our senior night. But no, like we just kept on telling each other like last season we had a battle against them. We won like 21-14. So I guess they thought they were gonna get like their get back at us and like
Pleasant.
Yeah, Mount
Yeah.
Pleasant. And they chose us for our homecoming game. We just
Odd decision. So Trey, what's your thoughts? You said highly disrespectful, and so you're upset at this point. So you'll come in to play.
Well, I play on the line, right? And knowing that our line is probably the best in our division, they was not gonna hold us, especially on defense. We destroyed them on defense.
Hey, I love to hear the confidence because confidence is key if you guys want to get to the next level. And I think that's something probably you guys had different this year. Even watching you guys' games, you guys seem like a different team opposed to the previous couple of years when I was watching from afar. And so you guys, beat them at their homecoming. Then you go to EG the next week, 20-0. Any highlights from this game that we can speak of, or that was just like a regular? This is a league game. Well, so is Mount Pleasant. So EG was a league game. Obviously, these are humongous games. You don't want to overlook. To be honest, I'm not too familiar with EG this year. Were they good this year?
They weren't bad. They were that team where it's like if you slept on them, they were gonna get you eventually.
Because EG beat Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, EG beat Mount
like
Pleasant
2 weeks before.
Exactly. To speak on that Mount Pleasant game, they came in hot with high heads. Not only because it was their homecoming, but the week before that, Ezra Geraldo. What he received for 200?
200.
like
Yeah.
200 yards
Then
or
we
something.
put that man Ethan on him to box him real
Box
quick.
him all game.
Yeah.
Hey, you shut him down all game?
All game. My coach said you're gonna guard him the whole game wherever he goes. If he lines up in the backfield, the slot, the receiver, you're gonna follow
He
him.
goes to the bathroom, you follow him.
So then,
Put that man in a box.
So that was Burrville. EG said it was EG. Then Burrville comes up to the last game of the regular season league game, 28-0. Ending the season on a high note. Was that really it for the Burrville one? That's do you guys want to speak of that game? Was just
I feel as if the EG game and the Burrville game, I'm not saying the score doesn't really
indicate.
and yeah, it was just we haven't played 4 quarters of football ever since the Cumbie game. Cumbie game was one of our best games. We came out just firing, punching. And when they punched, we came punching back. But going into that EG week, it was just oh yeah. We didn't really have that mentality oh yeah, we already won this game. We knew that they could pull it off because they beat Mount Pleasant. But it was just more so we didn't really come all 4 quarters. You know what I mean? So
finally your full game going into the playoffs. And the Shea happened. Shea's up 14-6. So was there any moments this game where it looked like it may not have gone in your guys' favor? Because now Ethan's not playing this game. So what was the Shea environment like? Moses laughing over here. So something must be going on that no one knows.
Shea is definitely Shea. They're another crosstown rival. So they're going to come with it every game. In the injury fund game, we beat them 35-0 in one half. And it was just a whole lot of defense, like I said. We only had 6 plays on offense. It was just a whole
entire game?
Yeah.
The first quarter, our offense didn't go out once.
Yeah, the whole first quarter. We just had block punt return by E.
2 of them.
2 of them. And but to the playoff game, we came in with that mentality oh yeah, we got to get these boys. And obviously they came out firing because it's we're St. Ray's. Heavy run. Number 2, Obama, he's a great player. He's a stud. And he's a junior. He's going to go crazy next season. what was I was about to say something.
The
Damn.
catch.
Oh yeah.
Catch.
Wait, time out. So we're playing and then I score, and then the score ends up being, wait, when did they score? They scored first quarter.
Yeah.
They scored and they didn't make the field goal. So it was 7-6 going into the half. No, going into the second quarter.
Second half.
And then last drive of the game, there's about like 13 seconds left. Wolf throws 2 bombs to Damian Ocampo. He catches it at like the 20-yard line for like a 40-yard gain. And then he throws it again to Ocampo, and he scores right before the half. So now at this point, the score is 13-6. And man, during the game, it was just a whole lot of emotions just flying around. Like, yo, like, we can't lose this game. Like, everybody's looking at each other like, yo, we got to get this one. Shea's driving down the field. I feel like penalties really, we had to be more disciplined. And
Yeah, we had some penalties that game.
we had some penalties that game that really, put us like in a bad predicament.
I could just picture Sass losing his mind.
Yeah, oh my
He
God.
does every game.
Every game.
No matter if we get a bunch of penalties or none.
Yeah.
I can just picture it. I knew he was losing his damn mind. But yeah, and Shea's like one of those teams too. Like even when like Brandon Hendy was playing Shea, that's when Shea was D1 and a couple years ago. Even like it's a weird environment there because their fans will be losing their minds even when they're down by like 30s. Like you guys know you guys are losing, right?
Yeah.
But so it's like they bring that environment where they're gonna come at you no matter what. Even if they're down by 30, they're gonna come at your neck every single play.
Yeah.
And it was at Max Reed.
It was at McCoy.
McCoy.
Took them to
yeah.
the bucket.
Gotcha. So, and that Max Reed Stadium is weird because they had like the steel, the metal, and they'll be like pounding. So it's like
Yeah.
super loud over there. And yeah, so like that, the environment, Shea can, upset you real quick if you let, against that environment, let it affect your play.
Yeah.
So,
Before the game, Chris talked to me. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna need you every single play, bro, every single play," and that really just stuck in my head. As we were playing, and I had like 12, 13 tackles. It was just really a game for me. And then going into that fourth quarter, Shea was at like the 20-yard line. Like, yo, this is our senior season. Like, we really got to do this. Like, right now, it's like there's no other option.
We needed each other.
Yeah, it's
That's
now or
kinda like-
never.
Facts.
Yes.
Now or never.
now whenever then that turns into the Westerly game, which is like the apprentice versus the SAS versus SD game. It was your rematch again. And,
2 times.
2 times. So how are you guys feeling that? You guys, is like something extra special because SAS is facing his former player. Is that being spoke of in like the locker room, stuff like that?
Nah, not really.
Not really.
Nah.
Maybe our first game it was mentioned.
Yeah.
Like that we like our sophomore year, but not this time. We already knew them.
Okay. So what's your guys' mindsets in like this Westerly game? Ethan's not playing. What's like the game plan heading into this game? Because you guys don't want to fumble the bag going into that Super Bowl, and obviously you guys need to win to make the Super Bowl. So what's being said and what's like the game plan heading into this game?
We knew Wesley definitely wanted, like, losing to a team. How many times? Like
2.
like five times.
Yeah.
3 times in the playoffs. Now 3 times. 2 times before the game.
Yeah.
It sucks. I don't know how it feels, Wesley, but
But you guys would think
I don't
that's
know how
so
it
that's
feels,
kind of
but-
like if you think about it, that's kind of like your rival when you guys were in high school.
Yeah.
More than like Tolman. You guys faced Wesley so many times, big playoff games.
Exactly. SD, great coach.
Shout out SD.
Shout out SD.
As the man, shout out to him, shout out to Breakthrough. Make sure you guys tune in to tap in for this offseason. But yeah. So Chris, what's your thoughts on like facing Wesley again?
Nah, I couldn't remember that whole week. That whole week was just high energy, every practice and stuff. Like probably one of our better weeks of, practice in the season. And we were all just locked in what we had to do and stuff. And, we motivated each other.
More hype than Cumbie week.
It was way more hype than Cumbie week for sure. Yeah.
They came so disrespectful to our field, though.
They brought a speaker.
Field first.
When we were walking on the field, their like O-line coach was just staring us down with a chain on or something.
Smiling.
They was talking all game too.
Exactly.
After they scored that first touchdown, it was
How
like,
you lose to someone 3 times and still like talking before the game?
Yeah.
You should be humbled.
after that first touchdown, they scored early on us. After that first touchdown, you could just see it in their faces. They started talking more, started getting more cocky. So it was really time to lock in. Like,
So Trey, what's your thoughts on what's happening? They come in, they're bringing in speakers, they're standing you guys down, they score first. What's your mindset? Are you having maybe a little bit nerves where you're like, damn,
Just
are
never
we fumbling
nerves
back?
before the game.
Never.
nerves.
Hey, I love to hear
It's
that.
Just locking in. You got to make sure our line's right. They came to our field first before us, blasting music, highly disrespectful. All I do is stare, so I just stare them down every single time.
So that's changing your mindset. You're coming into the game, you're like, there's no way that you guys are coming in here upsetting us.
Absolutely not.
I feel like the amount of confidence I had this season was way greater than the last 2 seasons. Just like it was a whole lot of less like nervousness before the games. Before the games, the last 2 seasons, I used to use the bathroom. It's always like nerves before a game, but just like the way we've been playing, the way my boys been playing, the trust I have is just like, it was just like, yo, it's another game, let's do it again.
Yeah, and then you guys had Ethan's back, not being able to play in these 2 playoff games. You guys beat Westerly 19-7 to make it to the Super Bowl to face Portsmouth, and
Trey had a game-changing play that game. He like got a fumble recovery, I think. Yeah, it was fumble recovery that like motivated. Like I started tearing up a little bit. Like once he got that, I was on the field with him. I saw it happen. I was like, yo. It felt like a movie.
To be honest, I didn't even recognize it was a game-changing moment.
Yeah.
Like people were coming up to me like, you really changed the game. I was like, what do you mean? I just picked up the ball.
It was for my brothers. I can't. What do you say?
Yeah.
I can't cry.
You gotta
I
I gotta
news
stay
clip.
strong.
Oh no, yeah.
The news
that's what
clip
Trey
is
said.
funny as hell, bro.
Yeah, that was
It's too
hilarious.
funny.
but that was against Westerly.
Yeah.
Hey, nice. Hey, you guys, sounds like you guys came all around as a team this year. Ethan's making game-winning plays. You're making game-changing fumble recoveries.
He did that Cumbie game too. That it really changed momentum. Cumbie had a lot of momentum in the game. Even though we were playing well, they had a lot of momentum. They scored first too. They're driving down the field. Ball came out, missed snap. Trey hopped on it. That was like it was the turning point in the game. Like Trey changed the game.
So we started off with the Super Bowl talks already. So that was wraps up the entire season. So being that captains of the team and being with someone with such like high regard as Moses has been in the news all year long, how does it feel to play under someone like that? Are you guys, how do you guys feel some type of way? You guys like jealous? You guys feel like, what's your thoughts, Chris? You see you shaking your head over there. So what's your thoughts playing with someone in such a high regard and, being highly like recruited as Moses?
Nah, it was just, like a great feeling, having a guy like him. Like I remember when my freshman year at Saints, my first 2 friends, I remember seeing Ethan in with like a juice box haircut. Like one of our first weight room workouts. And then I didn't know who he was, and then I met Moses, and I have some videos of him and me just messing around like freshman year.
Summer
Like
readiness.
yeah, summer ready. We all were in summer. Yeah, all 4 of us were in summer readiness. Freshman year, and it was just I love my guys.
So did you guys all meet as Saints? Did you guys play with each other beforehand? What's like the building blocks of the team?
Me and Trey played with each other on the same team. We actually went to he was on the team when we went to Florida with.
Oh, nice. Medine.
And then me and Molina played against each other. I think only 1 year because Molina's younger, so
I had to play in a younger.
Yeah, you had to play a younger age group. And then there was obviously some rivalry between me and Ethan's team.
They lost.
Oh my gosh! Now we go.
They lost in the scrimmage, but I hope Cowboys on top.
I'm not even.
Oh, you're Cowboys guy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Before I even went to the Patriots, I was on the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Me and Trey played.
He knew the right way to go. He left the Cowboys, came to the better team. You know what I mean?
And actually, something
Y'all lost to us.
8th grade year, when Moses and Trey went to Florida, I was on my all-star team in Florida too. So it was almost like this reunion was destined to happen because I remember seeing it. I was like looking at them playing and stuff, watching them play. But I didn't know who Moses and Trey were at the time. I just knew them as like Providence Patriots. So it was kind of like, all destined to happen.
Yeah.
Nice. So Ethan. So when you're wait, Molina, where'd you play for Pop Warner?
I played AYF,
AYF?
Fairlawn on Cardinals.
Oh, nice. And you were Cowboys. So being a Cowboys guy, I had I'm sure obviously you know who Nadim is, Coach Nah. So
Shout out Coach Nah.
Shout out Coach Nah. He was over here on last week with Justin and Zell. Go watch that episode. And Cowboys are known typically to be LaSalle guys. So what was your route? How'd you end up at Saints?
Really I just didn't want to be a follower. I just wanted to just pave my own path, like totally just go to a different direction and just pave my own path. Really, that's really all I was thinking.
So LaSalle and like Hendy weren't even in your thoughts?
Nah, just cause I went to Goff Middle School, like 8th grade. That's in Pawtucket, and then my gym teacher, he was actually the coach for Saints. So he was just telling me about it, and then he was just telling me Saints is like a good option and stuff. And then I knew Saints, like the Saints is a program where if you're good, you're gonna play. It don't matter if you're a freshman or a sophomore. If you're good, you're gonna play. So I feel like if anybody that wants to get tape early and is good enough to play on varsity level, they should just go to Saints.
Yo, if you're a star, you're gonna shine.
Facts.
That's right.
Oh.
Facts.
That's real rap. If you're a star, you're gonna shine. It shows.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Trey?
Yeah, of course. I think it was it us four or that we started as freshmen.
Yeah.
We
Against
played-
Hendricken.
First start was against Hendricken.
I didn't get to play the first half of the season, but we started first, and we just knew from there we was gonna have to take over for the rest of our like high school career.
So Trey, where did you start off? Where was your Pop Warner AYF team? Patriots, but before that, I know Patriots was kind of like a newer team. Did you play somewhere else before that?
Yeah, I played with the Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Played with the Cowboys.
I definitely
all
have to know you guys then. I've definitely seen you guys. I was always there with the Nas team, stuff like that. So probably seen you guys like 7-on-7, stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's a great organization, the Cowboys, and then Patriots is definitely a good team as well. And then what was your choice of picking Saints, Trey?
I was heavily I was with Moses. Our coaches was just heavily just talking about going to Saints. Like we was like destined to start. Like if I went to any other school, I probably wouldn't have started. So this was a great opportunity to go there.
So you guys are building up tape. You guys have 4 years of tape. I know a little bit more about Moses just because he came on previously. He was talking about his process of where he's going to and looking at for his upcoming freshman year at college. What's your guys' plans for the upcoming next year? You guys are doing. I'm not sure you guys' routes. Trey, we can start this way. And what's your thoughts? Trying to play in college? What's your thoughts?
It's an option, but me personally, I know I have another route in life, so maybe football's not it.
Hey, and that's big because a lot of people, it's tough for people to come to that realization if it's not in your plans. But it's always like you said, it's an option for you. So I mean, that's your thoughts. How about you, Ethan? What are you looking to do?
I'm about to play football in college right now. I got an offer, a PWO from URI, and then I'm about to make my senior season highlight tape. Like I'm about to drop it Monday, so hopefully I get a little buzz off that, and then hopefully some more start rolling in.
I mean, I think you had a good senior tape, so just keep out reaching out to coaches, and I think definitely come along for you for sure. And Moses, where are you standing at now? Has anything changed from your summer podcast?
No, not exactly. I actually got in contact with more coaches. A couple more like just PWOs, but I don't really mention those because I feel as if like I'm just using football as like a pedestal to just get a free education. Education is like nobody could take education from you, but I know football is not forever. Going to that next level is definitely like it's great though. It's a great feeling. Football is not over. Playing at the next level, the kids watching, kids love it. My boys just cheering me on. Nothing but just like how like I'm like highly just looked at. You know what I mean? And it's amazing. Like I appreciate everything that like God has done for me and everything that everybody's doing for me. Everybody sees me. It's just like nothing but respect. Yeah.
Love it. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I plan on playing college football. Right now I've just been talking to a bunch of D3, D2 schools, but that's my goal though. I want to play in college football.
Hey, I fully support that. Are you guys doing any 7-on-7s this off season? Are you guys doing breakthrough? Are you guys doing
BTP.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Sliding down to BTP.
I'm doing BTP too.
BTP.
Hey, I just donated to them.
Shout out,
Shout out
Coach
to you
Nah.
guys. Shout
Close enough.
Coach now.
Now you guys are you heading to the Arlington one they're doing too?
Yep.
Arlington, you guys the Pro Bowl too, right?
Yeah, I
Pro
think
Bowl?
we're going like mad places like Texas and like a couple more spots like Maryland, I think too. So it's gonna be fun. I need my vacations.
Hey, you guys, make sure you if you're watching, tune in and donate to the cause. I'll have the Cash App on my podcast page. So definitely shout out to Coach Nah. Definitely give that donation because he's doing great things, helping these kids out. And I know that money's going to a right and good place because my brother used to play for Nah, and I know he's coming from the bottom of his heart. He definitely helps out these kids and puts them in the right position to succeed. So you guys doing BTP and hey. You never know what can come from 7-on-7. That kid from Hendy, now he's in Florida. All those offers started rolling in from those 7-on-7s.
Yeah,
Nation, yeah. And so, I mean, going crazy out there. And you never know. I think 7-on-7 is just a great avenue now to get into and tap into for sure. So, so doing BTP, you guys doing 7-on-7, stuff like that. Do you guys have any anybody you see up in the ranks coming up in Rhode Island? You guys want to shout out? Anybody people should keep an eye out on?
Ian Bing.
Yeah, Ian Bing from our team. Sackinator. Yo, he led the state in sacks. And he's a sophomore.
On Saints?
Yeah, on Saints.
And I think on Max Preps it says he's like 12th in the country.
Like 12th in the country for sacks. Yeah, it's like it's serious. Like
Seems like
next up.
You had somebody in mind. You came up quick, Ethan. You had somebody in your thoughts.
My boy Melvin, he's a freshman right now, but trust me, Melvin. I forgot his last name, but his name is Melvin. He goes to St. Ray's right now. He's coming. He's coming hot. He's a dog.
Damian Campo, Kamari Brown.
Are these are all Saints players?
Yeah.
So it sounds like Saints has a team upcoming. So what's your guys' expectations for Saints coming up? What's like the legacy you guys want to leave to your underclassmen?
A lot of focus. That's definitely what brought us together. A lot more team bonding. I feel like we kind of like set that in stone. Like everybody just chill together, all that. Communication, obviously, but this team could do something great. A lot of talk on a class of 23 like us because we had 16 seniors. And we all just led the way. But this upcoming class, like class 25, the freshman class, like different.
So like some of the players, so our defensive coordinator, Coach Landry, he's one of the owners, you can say, of the Fairlawn Cardinals, and like the Fairlawn Cardinals now are like the Providence Patriots from like when they played, and there's some freshmen that are gonna come in from that team, and Coach Landry.
So future's looking bright.
Yeah. Coach Landry actually, back to when we were talking about making our decision to Saints. For me, it was between Saints and LaSalle. But, like, I knew Coach Landry and Coach Clark. He's the coach at Davies now. But he used to coach at Saints. And they kind of, like, convinced me to go to Saints, both of them.
Yeah. I feel like, as a group, we're not bashing, like, Hendy or LaSalle at all. Because obviously they're great programs and they breed soldiers, honestly. But, like, I just feel like if you're a star, you're gonna shine regardless of where you are. It don't matter if you're at Davies, North Providence. But it's just like we wanted that top tier education and also to play football, together. Saints was right place for us just to do it.
Like we had 4 freshmen starting on the O line against North Kingstown our freshman year. We lost that game, but it was like me, Trey, Romeo Diafaro and Finnegan Schwabel, I think. I don't remember. But it was like us 4 starting on the O-line against them.
Yeah.
There's opportunities definitely are there for people who want to play at Saints. Yes, do you guys have expectations for like Super Bowl talks for Saints couple coming years?
I feel like you want to go?
They have player potential. They just have to take it there.
Hey.
Yeah.
They need a leader.
They need a lead. Like think to get some leadership.
Yeah, I mean, they can listen to this podcast. They can hear you guys' thoughts on what it took to make that championship team. Because, you know, these memories, like Angel and Carl telling you earlier in the season, Moses, that you're never going to forget these memories. You know, I still got my championship ring, and like, I still have a lot of my players on that team. I was just with my guy, Gene, the other day. And those things you're never going to forget. And just like wrap it up, the podcast when you guys got to go soon. What are some fun memories you guys can have from the season that are podcast friendly? You guys have what's anything like stands out? Like, oh, this was I'll never forget this moment. Like maybe the celebration, I'm assuming, after the championship, anything like happened during the season where it's like, all right, this is definitely this was a team bonding moment here.
The whole day from like start to finish of the Super Bowl was probably like the best day I've ever had, like in my life. But you know,
yeah, after the game,
we
all the
vibed with
boys
each other.
came to my crib, just chilled. Nice little
Recap
bonfire.
recap the season.
Yeah,
So that was Chris's favorite moment. How about you? You have a moment maybe during the season. I'll never forget this. I remember one time after, I think it was after the Central game, and we had just smoked Central. We dusted them, and we were arguing after the game. It's like, wait, didn't we just win? Yeah. And stuff like that is like those moments like where like one of our captains was yelling at one of our like our O-line and our like skill players are arguing. It's like, I don't know why that always is a vivid memory in my mind, but it's like those memories I would never forget. And it's like those team, I guess, bonding moments, but it's, you know, that's one memory that always sticks out to me in my head. But like any moments like that where like, oh, this is adversity we're overcoming and, you know, becoming more of a complete team, or like any memories you have, Ethan, from this season?
I have a memory, but it's not from this season. It's from last season. So basically, are you laughing, bro?
So basically,
so it was the Mount Pleasant game. It was at our house, and then so like last season, I'm not gonna lie, I was like talking a lot on the field, and then my coaches specifically hate that. So, like, I was just kept talking. Coaches tell me to shut up. I just kept talking. So, at the end of the game, they sat me in the coach's office, and then they just chewed me out. They were saying, what's wrong with you? Like, why? Like, why? Like, why are you doing this? It was like you want the ball, because it's like last season I wasn't getting that ball that much. They were saying, you want the ball, but it's not your time. Like, there was seniors in front of me that, like, worked for this. There was seniors in front of me that were better than me. I'm not going to lie. So I feel like that moment right there is what just humbled me to the fullest. Like, they sat me down from the next game, the classical game last year. They sat me down for the first half. So I feel like that's the point in my career that just made me look at football in a different light, and like it just humbled me to the fullest.
Ethan hasn't talked all season this season. I didn't believe him when he's like, I'm not talking all season. I was like, yeah, okay.
Was that difficult for you, or was it just...
Sometimes
He had a little slip ups.
Sometimes it was difficult, but overall, nah, I don't really like talking no more on the field.
Yeah.
I'll just show you my game.
Yeah. I thought of a memory though. I feel like honestly, I wouldn't replace any of the memories that we made as a team for anything in the world, honestly. But one of the like best memories was just eating before the game, definitely. I mean, like, there's definitely times where you gotta be serious, but like before the games, just eating with my boys, it was just a whole bunch of smiles, laughter. It's always an amazing time, just eating, just chilling with your boys after a long day of school, getting ready for a game. It's just the best, like, it's the best 2 hours ever.
You guys had like a team like pre like game, or you guys were just heading out to like McDonald's or something?
They like so like normally every week someone's parent, like they like volunteer and they either make food or like get food and kind of just have it out for us before the game starts. Almost like rice and chicken or something. Jonah Costa's
mom be throwing
shout out
down.
To mom. She made some amazing chicken that day. But no, back to the memories. One memory I had that I'm never gonna forget is freshman year. So we didn't make playoffs freshman year, and we needed to beat Cumberland in order to make it, and we lost that game. And that game, me and Trey were starting on the O-line, and I'll never forget the moment after the game where me and Trey were just there standing, right, just standing next to each other. Like, we were both upset. Like, we were like letting each other know, like, we're gonna get get up soon. Like we're gonna get a chip soon, and we kind of just that's probably one of the best memories.
Yeah, Chris was crying.
Yeah, no. I was upset,
crying
bro.
too.
I was upset.
I was crying too.
Yeah.
I was crying too.
I was crying.
In my life, I always made the playoffs, but never got past the first round until like that season. We didn't even make the playoffs, so I was kind of like upset.
Yeah, emotions was always everywhere, like
Yeah.
since freshman year, cause like we definitely worked hard.
And we all wanted it too. Like
We all wanted
like
it.
since
Like,
freshman
from
year,
freshman,
we all wanted to be great, and we kind of just that helped motivated us through the 4 years that we were there.
Yeah.
How about you, Trey? What was your memory of the senior season or your all 4 years at Saints that you can think of? It's one thing that pops into your head.
To be honest, we hang out a lot. Like we got groups. We hang out during the season, but then like we hung out at the end of after our championship game. But to be honest, my favorite memory or just my experience at Saints. So like of course I play center. Like my freshman, sophomore, and junior year, I didn't really play defense. And this year, as my senior year, I really got the chance to play defense every single game, and it was a great experience. So yeah,
Love to hear it. So
Crazy.
So wrapping up, what else, one thing you guys want to say we can start off with Trey, and let's come back this way. As captains, who do you want to give thanks to? Anybody you want say to your fellow captains here? And just wrapping up, your senior season, your memories on this season, like your final words.
my coach, my offensive coach, Ray Martinez, he was basically our hype man, and you gotta give him a lot of props for what he did. Then of course, my boys here, they've been with me this whole high school career, so it's a bunch of blessings just allowing them to be with me. So
I love to hear, because one thing I like to do with people who are good friends is give them flowers and stuff like that while people are still here. And Ethan, what's your flowers to your coaches and your fellow captains?
Starting with Chris coming into the season, man, like I could just tell you wanted it bad this season. Like you worked your tail off. I'm not gonna lie. So I just want to say, you a dog. Moses is my guy. He's the one that really made me work as hard as I worked. I feel like nobody pushed me as hard as Moses. He saw when I was dogging workouts. He saw when I was like not working as hard, and he was there. We was there together. We used to walk to the field during COVID year. We used to walk to the field and just work out. We used to just work out. Nobody was there with us. Nobody told us what to do. We just would work out. Like, that's all we used to do. And then Trey, I knew Trey since I was like 8 years old, and just see him grow as like a player and just to see him grow as a friend is just crazy. Like, he evolved so much on a defensive standpoint this season. Like, he was really making plays, like big plays that we needed to win. And then my other coach Kev, he's a first-year coach, and he was like my mental coach. He made sure like everything in my head was like good and everything. Coach Diaz also, they was both two mental coaches that just
boy.
spiritual.
that's that boy. Our 15,
Shout out
man. And yeah, they just made sure everything was straight. So, and Coach Sass is a GOAT. Sometimes I didn't really like know what he was doing with his outlook on things, but it all made sense in the long run.
Love to see. How about you, Jack?
I appreciate you guys more than you guys even know. You know what I mean? It's just like there was definitely days during the season or whatever where it's just like, yo, this day's dragging or whatever, and just going to practice, it just like changed my whole day. Just seeing these goofballs, man, just goofing off. I mean, sometimes I was hot-headed. I know I could be hard-headed sometimes, but everybody dealt with it. You know
all
what
the
I mean?
time.
Very hard-headed.
But like, yo, like just seeing them goof off, you know what I mean? Like, obviously there's times for it. Just seeing them, smiling and stuff, it always made my day. Just going to the field with my guys. There's no better feeling than that. Chris, man, we did it all, honestly. He was with us, me and Ethan, in those summer workouts. He actually drove from North Providence to Providence to meet with me and Ethan. Ethan doesn't live close to Mount Pleasant, but he lives a good distance.
At
And
the
I was
time-
walking.
he used to walk or bike it
Yeah.
until his bike got robbed.
I be talking about how my bike got robbed. Though.
At the time, Ethan actually lived near me, so like I would pick him up
Oh,
first,
yeah.
and then
Facts,
I would
facts.
meet up with like my mom. My mom would drive me to pick up E, and then we would end up like meeting up with Moses at Mount Pleasant to work out and stuff.
So it was just like speaker, cones, tennis balls, parachute, running, conditioning,
Exactly.
hitting the cones, hitting the ladder. It was just like a whole, like just fundamentals. And I feel like that really helped us out. Just like going out there and just working out. It definitely like, it changed our mindset. Like even like we was just on each other. It's like, yo, bro, you've been in the house for a little too long. I felt like sometimes where I was just laying down, I was just like, yo, this does not feel right. I haven't worked out in 2 days. And it wasn't even like, at some points, it wasn't where Chris and Ethan were hitting me up. It was just like, yo, like, you got to go get up and do it. Because it was just something that they, carved in me just to go get up and go work out. Because honestly, that's where I, felt best. Yo, my boy Trey, yeah, you already know, bro. Like since I met Trey in elementary school, bro. Middle school, yo. Yo, the best days. It was just the best days. Like, yo, Trey's a funny dude, bro. Trey's like just hilarious. And man, just seeing Trey and the way he, I don't even know him, bro. But just like these are my brothers, man. And
Man, you guys, you're never gonna forget these memories for sure.
never gonna forget these.
And recapping that season, how about you, Chris? The final thoughts from your side.
Oh, obviously got to thank God for everything. I think before the Super Bowl, I was watching like LeBron when he won the Game 7. It's something he said that really stuck to me is like God chooses the hardest paths, for greatness. I think it was something like that. I feel like God, he chose this path for us, the hardest path, losing 2 Super Bowls, playing, going, hell, going, I don't know if I can say hell, but we went from, came back, hell and back, and we got the chip done, and, that's always a great feeling. And, I got to think, our parents, they really, or like our families really, just seeing them all happy and stuff after the Super Bowl, knowing that they really provided us with this education as well as having the chance to play football and win a state championship, like that's a great feeling. And then, thanks to our coaches, our players, and then like starting from left to right, Trey, he's my guy, like him and me really got close freshman year.
Trench demons.
Yeah.
Trench
and, like,
demons.
So this season I didn't, like the last 2 seasons I didn't play O-line, but
Yeah, he transferred.
I started playing like fullback, running back on the offensive side of things, but like my first 2 seasons, sophomore and freshman year, I was with them all the time, all the big boys all the time. So I learned how to appreciate them for everything they do. Like without the O-line, we can't do anything.
And they work hard.
Yeah, they work
bro.
really hard. They got
Like,
practice.
I have practice. Like I be looking like, damn, Coach Ray yelling.
Coach Ray
Just,
yelling and
yo.
stuff. And like shout out Trey, for just being a brother, because besides football, him he's always just had my back and I had his back. Same thing goes for Ethan. Me and Ethan, obviously freshman year, got close and stuff. I appreciate him. Sometimes he got on my nerves, because he was cocky, and he was like, cocky sometimes. But I love that kid.
All the time.
That's
All the time.
All
That's the
time.
Cowboys in them.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Cowboys in
Yeah, exactly. And then, finally with Moses, he's my guy. So now I really relate to Moses with is like our mentality. Like we both want to, all 4 of us have the same mentality. We all work hard and work for what we want, but he was the first one that I noticed had the kind of like a similar mentality to me. Like we both just wanted to always work hard no matter what, and that's basically it. I love him, my guys and stuff. And
Man, and that what builds a championship bond. That's what built the 2022 state champs of Rhode Island, the D2 champs right here, the St. Ray's Saints. Let's get it, baby. Finally bringing home a chip back to Saints from our class. We finally got the new rings coming in soon. We got the medals here. We had the MVP of the game right here, Jack.
Yes, sir.
Can
And
I say something?
yeah.
I just want to say, honestly, nothing I said this to my teammates almost every single game and every practice. Nothing is given, everything is earned. So since that freshman year where me, Chris, and Ethan were working out, and then everybody else coming in during these summer workouts, outside of Saints, everything was earned since that day. And I just want to say, like, I appreciate all my boys. I had all my boys sign the back of my MVP plaque, because they're the true MVPs. They built me, honestly. They built my character, the way I see things. Just the motivation I had, like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do it without them. It's just like the drive they gave me really wanted me to, like, work harder and things like
Team
that.
player.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Facts.
Like we couldn't have done this. Like we could have done it without Trey. Could have done it without E. Could have done it without Moses. Could have done it without me. Could have done it with anyone on the team. You know what I'm saying?
A
We all needed each
full team bond right there.
other.
And that's why you guys overcame this season. Finally brought home a new championship to St. Ray's. Love to see it. Hope you guys watching this are motivated to continue the tradition at Saints. Come through. Great coaching there, great environment, and get the education. Like you guys said, you guys can play as a freshman. And you can't do that at a lot of different schools. So like you said, talent rises to the top. You can definitely get a good education and playing time at Saints. And I'm glad you guys came through to talk about your championship season.
Thank you.
Man, you're welcome. I want to see you guys doing well. I'm gonna see you guys keep I'm gonna follow you guys on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow them on Instagram. Their names are right under. If you guys want to plug your IGs real quick, starting with Trey.
Is TT Thornton.
Shea way.
EMMC_1.
Jack Meus, JCKMEUS.
Mine is Christopher Molina 44.
Hey, love it. Go run them, send them to the moon, baby. Get it. Get those followers up. See what they're doing. Track what they're doing. College with their 7-on-7s in the off season. My guys here at BTP. They're gonna be in Texas, Arizona, and LA. I'm pretty positive. So make sure you go follow them.
Yes,
see what they're
sir.
doing. And thanks you guys for tuning in. Make sure you follow these senior season highlight tapes that Ethan's gonna put up tomorrow. Monday.
Tune in.
Make sure you see Jack's, Chris's, and Trey's baby S. Get it.